Free socks. Free socks.
Wow. Welcome, everybody, to this whole week that I've been doing stuff all week long on the Triple B Experience. Tonight, we're going to talk wrestling. And I'm going to shoot from the hip, talk about some stuff that's going on in wrestling. And I've been doing stuff with Steelers Dynasty, a podcast. Hey, look, this is the fifth show this week. We started off with my interview with Cato Monday. Thursday night, we did All That, Braden Elliott. You guys can catch it on the Triple B Experience. They got a big show tomorrow night in Altoona. We've been talking about it all week. It's at the Judiata Civics Association. They have 3 matches. Okay, 3 matches. They have the Rail City Rumble is the main event, so that's probably going to be about an hour. And then they have Gorgeous Gregory versus the Gabble David Lawless and one more match. Tickets are sold out at ringside. Tickets will be at the door, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much, Larry from Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Yeah, tonight is a night about wrestling, talk about what's going on. You see my WrestleMania shirt. Devil, what's happening tonight? How you doing? There's been a lot of news, with the TJ Watt signing in my Steelers podcast. Me and Shane did some stuff on that, and we'll be doing some stuff next week because now the Steelers are all in and all in AEW. I did not see that pay-per-view. I did not have 7 hours to watch it. I know there was a new champion. Hangman Page is the new champion over John Moxley. The problem was it was in the afternoon at 3:00 and I was working. So, I mean, that was a big thing. And it's just, sometimes it's too much. AEW pay-per-views, if you guys agree with me, are sometimes way too long. I don't have short attention span, but god damn, to watch all these hours and hours of wrestling, it's hard. And once you don't watch it at that time, and then you already find out who won, sometimes I don't go back into it. So I know Tony Storm beat Mercedes Moné. I was happy with that. I am not a big Mercedes Moné fan. I liked Timeless Tony Storm. I like her gimmick. It's something that she has made naturally, organically, and the ladies division in AEW is not as strong as the WWE division. But I don't know the results of the whole card because I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch it all. I didn't watch anything because, like I said, I couldn't because it was 3:00, and by the time I got home, it was all over. Well, kind of over. Yeah, I'm doing this live through Facebook. Hopefully it works. Lately it hasn't been. I haven't been taking any questions or comments. Notifications from people knowing when I come on have been suffering. So you have to subscribe and get your notifications from the Triple B Experience. Hi, Shane. How you doing? Everybody, Mr. Shane Stodmiller, Thursday nights at 8:00. He talks about West Virginia football. So there you go. And I'm on all kind of social media. I'm on Instagram, the X, 3 friggin' divisions of Facebook, 2 YouTube channels, and these shows are always on all platforms where you hear audio podcasts. It's on iHeart, Spotify, all that lovely hunky-dory stuff. But yeah, tomorrow night I'm going to go to Altoona. I know it's supposed to be a little bit partly cloudy, and it's not supposed to be as hot as it was last week because last week was so goddamn hot. It was just unbearable. We had a graduation party for my stepdaughter, and it was just brutal. When you see cheese melting, you know it's brutal. So tomorrow I'm going to go up. I'm not going to be able to go to my niece's graduation party because I'm going to be working a little bit tomorrow, trying to make some extra cash. I've also been working on coined a thing for what was it called? The Appalachian. Oh, I don't know. The Appalachian. I want to get this right. Let's see here. Hold on. The Northern Appalachian Coalition. It's about guys who do indie movies. They're gonna help me try to get grants, work on grants for the APWF. They like the product, um, and we can work for something for next year. Hey, Lair. I don't know where you're looking at me at. Is it my personal page or the experience page? I'm having issues with my personal page. I can't see any of the questions or comments, and that kind of irritates me because I'm trying to promote. Because tomorrow night, like I said, is Imagine Wrestling. Donnie Dawson has a wrestling store in DuBois, Pennsylvania. I'm going to get the address for you here in a second. You guys can also watch wrestling on the Wrestling Mayhem, IndyWrestling.us channel. I have one match, the first match of Redemption on the Triple B Experience. Which Facebook, mine um, or is it the Experience one or my personal one? So let's see. Yeah. Friday, July 25th at the Fayette County Fair. It is Rise Wrestling. General admission is $20. Early birds 17. Kids under 3 are free. There you go. RiseWrestling.com for all your ticket information. It's in the Fayette County Fair. So I do a lot of stuff with independent wrestling, try to promote other. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a few. I thought it was real solid. Yeah, the Atlanta screw job. I thought that was great. Now, like I said, I didn't do a lot, and I didn't see a lot of AEW and the all or Texas All In or whatever the hell it is. I believe that Adam Cole has issues, health issues wise. Right now, he's on the sidelines. Dustin Reynolds, I believe, took the TNA TV title, wherever the hell it is. I mean, hey, Dustin's 49 years old. I mean, I'm going to be 54, and I have a hard time getting out of bed every morning. So, I mean, I've just been, ladies and gentlemen, it's rough. It's it is what it is. Oh, nice. I'm at the Hall of Fame right now. David Crockett's talking. Lumberjack LaRue, what's up, baby? He's out at the. I've never been there. I've always wanted to. Oh, you heard a stroke. Oh, that's not good. I've always wanted to go to the Hall of Fame, but my God, I there's not enough time in a day to get stuff done. As I see, because this is actually the fifth. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Life is good here too on the East Coast of the United States. We signed TJ Watt. I'm kind of happy. We're all cashed in. We'll be talking Tuesday night with me, Shane, and Mark from Australia when we do the trifecta. And then Wednesday nights, we might have JT Toth of Sports Bible. Sports Bible is a website and about Pittsburgh sports, and the Steelers Dynasty podcast is the only Steeler podcast, so you can check that out. But yeah, tomorrow 3 matches in Imagine. I'm getting to where I wanted to read some stuff off. Where's it at? Yeah, like I said, you can check out the Braden Elliott interview, the Cato interview, which nobody thought that would ever happen, or hell froze over. Look, I just want to make a positive, and I want to be not I want to be clear in my convictions, and I want to get along with everybody. Sometimes me and Cato do not see eye to eye. We have different philosophical wrestling creativity and opinions. That's okay. That's why we live in America. The Imagine Wrestling is very good. Rise Wrestling is very good. IWC is very good. Let's see. RWA is very busy. There's a plethora of independent wrestling companies in this area, which there's a lot. There's 814. Now I don't know about PWX because I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know. But I will say this: if you're a young upcoming wrestler trying to get booked other places, you should probably keep your mouth shut. Just say it. If I give people advice, hopefully they take it, because when I was young, well, I wasn't young when I started in the business at 26. So, but I got told a lot of delusions of grandeur, and some stuff that was told to me did not come to an existence, and that kind of upset me too. But also too, I didn't have social media where I got on and was talking shit. I can't imagine having social media and talking schmack on wrestling companies where you're trying to get booked or you're trying to do whatever. Hey, look, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So, I mean, I've been doing this podcasting since 2018. Actually, this is the 100th show that I revamped the Triple B experience when some other people couldn't do it anymore, and I did it myself, which I was the host of it then. But this is 100 show tonight, so it's a big show. Talking wrestling. If you guys got questions, I think you could. Devil, I think you could, because Diamond Dallas Page started when he was in his mid-30s. And so did Bill Goldberg. And we're going to talk a little bit about Bill Goldberg here momentarily, because I was looking up some stuff to get some addresses for the Du Bois store that Donnie Dawson owns. If you guys are wrestling collectors, Donnie Dawson opened up a store in Du Bois, and I actually have it on my Facebook because I like to promote stuff. I like to share stuff. And there's also Enjoy Wrestling is September 6th. And then Effie is coming back to Enjoy Wrestling September 6th at the Vellum Fermentation in the South Side. I've never been to an Enjoy Wrestling show. Most of them, I think, are all been sold out. It's $15 standing room tickets. Make sure you act now, because this price will increase come August 1st. We also got premium seats available for those who love to be close to the ring as possible. So that's Saturday, September 6th. Discount tickets will be available. So let me see. And that's right. I'm looking at Shane's West Virginia Big 12 preseason rankings. So if you're a West Virginia fanatic, go check Shane Stodmiller's. He's kicking ass in college football, and college football is coming hot right now. So check him out Thursday nights at 8:00. Check me and him out Wednesdays at 9 and Tuesdays at 8. This is what I do here. This is what I do. I'm trying to find, because I want to like to watch the Shane Gillis thing from the ESPYs. I think that was awesome. And also, if you guys like comic books and stuff like that, the Eddie P Comic Con will be September 13th and 14th. I hopefully I can go to this one because I didn't get to go last year because the APWF had a show, but I did. Me and Potter brought in Henry Godwin. Oh, we're yeah, Lord Zoltan's in the bleachers with the rest of the marks. Where are you at, JT? JT Toys and Collectibles. If you're looking for wrestling action figures, check him out. He has a store that will travel. He doesn't have a brick and mortar store as of yet, but he goes to all the wrestling shows and sets up. He set up at the last APWF show. I'm trying to find where Donnie I had, and I also advertise, share Slam and Sammy's escapades. Slam and Sammy and her family share everything that I do, and I appreciate that. Oh, okay. Oh, you're home. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to Altoona tomorrow. I want to see that Rail City Rumble. I'm trying to find this here. So okay, hold on. Oh, and this weekend is also the TNA pay-per-view Slammiversary. And I also when I'm getting okay, you might not need that much, JT. Maybe you could get with somebody that has like maybe a comic book store or something, and maybe you can maybe they can give you a little bit of of some space. Oh, okay. Oh, is that he's wrestling? Is that where he's wrestling Shelton Benjamin tomorrow? That'll be a good match. But the 77th anniversary show for the NWA. It's at the Paramount Huntington, New York, on 8/16. The NWA World's Women's Title match. Kenzie Page is the champion, and I do follow Markovich. Markovich is the challenger. Markovich will win the title. I follow her on Facebook, and I told her she's deserving of that title, and she gave me a little heart. So, not that I'm cheating on my wife or anything, but she can wrestle and she's smoking hot. But Tammy has my heart. Oh, that's going to be a good fucking match, man. That is going to be oh man, that is going to be 4 stars. Yeah, you'll have to pay it. You have to stop all your sales tomorrow. Okay, let me try to find. And then I just want to say something as I'm going through my personal feed of my Facebook because I post a lot of wrestling stuff. Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance every Thursday night in Kaiser, West Virginia. All seats are $10. Every Wednesday night. I know 880 Wrestling has every Thursday night on IndyWrestling.us. Sorg Productions, they're taping, doing it live. Okay. Okay. Slam and Sammy is versus the Breeze, Autumn Breeze, and that is in Quaker, PA. And that is a women's championship match. Slam and Sammy is everywhere. So keep doing what you're doing, Sammy. You got great support with your family that's backing you up. Like I said, I appreciate you and your family for sharing all my stuff. So good luck in your title if you can get it. It's going to be what day is that? I don't have my glasses on. Um, it's got a nice tank. Oh, the 26th. It's the 26th, July 26th. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. AJ Styles is going to be wrestling Sunday night. I was going to work some overtime, but I like to see AJ Styles. 2PW will also return. 2PW. Resuscitated. Resuscitated is the name of the card. And a singles match, you got John McChesney versus Zach Nystrom. Zach is a hell of a wrestler. So that is, let's see, where is it at? It's in Irwin, PA. Okay, I got doors open at 7 p.m. August 15th at the Elements venue, 3000 Commerce in Irwin, PA. That's where they're running at. Irwin, Pennsylvania, in Westmoreland County. A lot of wrestling companies, people. A lot of wrestling companies. Trying to, Friday night, August 15th at 8 p.m. And there's also a 4-way scramble for 2PW. David Lawless versus Don Murphy versus Giovanni Enrico versus Anthony Young. It's a 4-man scramble. Okay. Then you got a tag team match. Ron Hunt and Curtis Ray Gotti versus Tad Jarvis and Super Hentai. And then you got Jason Gorey with the Freak versus oh my God, I always Mambo Italiano, but it's his Cristiano Argentino. I always mess them up. And then the main event is the 2PW Top Prospect Champion Preston Everest versus Andrew Palace. So that's August 15th. And where? Oh man, I had it. Wait, hold on. I'll just go to his site. So Saturday night's main event. I watched it. I watched it Saturday night. I actually watched that later on Saturday. I saw the big giant Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. I like Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre now is a heel. Randy's looking as big as a house, and Drew come out with Logan Paul, which I do not like Logan Paul. I'm not a big Logan Paul fan, but my opinion on Jelly Roll, who lost 200 pounds, he's been training down at the Performance Center. He took one fucking Claymore, man. He took that Claymore like a champ. We'll see what he can do. Look, Jelly Roll is getting a match before that one fucking rapper from WrestleMania that they canceled out who actually broke Cody's eardrums, whatever rapper that was. I don't know because I'm not into rapping. But that dude didn't deserve to be in the ring in the first place at WrestleMania. I'm not saying that Jelly Roll deserves to be in a ring either. But at least he's training and people do like Jelly Roll. And it's a tag match. Randy and Drew is going to be huge. And Logan Paul, let's see what. Now, if Jelly Roll does a fucking hurricanrana off the top rope, I'm gonna shit, because that's crazy. But stranger things have happened, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get to where I wanted to do this here. Boo, 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 boo. Let me find it here. Now I got to do it on mine. So if you guys have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. Please hit your notification. This is the Triple B Experience. Tonight is wrestling talk. Because I have another YouTube channel. We talk football talk. We are planning stuff for this Steeler year like no other, man. It's going to be good. I'm 75 subs away from getting monetized. Me and Shane will make $1 where we can, get some merchandise or pay for StreamYard because that's not cheap. Hey, Justin Donahue, how you doing? Hope everything's good. Hey, Garth, what's going on, man? I appreciate you guys tuning in, because this podcast here, you'll get raw. You'll get my opinion on stuff. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. I'm sure I'll piss people off in the meantime when I talk about independent wrestling. I'm sure I'll make people mad when I talk about WWE wrestling. And I just like WWE people who I like. I don't like Logan Paul. I know Logan Paul is an athlete. I know Logan Paul and his brother fucking Jake. I wish somebody would just box his ears off would be good. When I was at Brandon Watkins Boxing in Indiana, God bless Brandon, who's actually moving his boxing area to a bigger facility in Indiana. Actually, one of the girls who was actually on the opening card, the preliminary matches of the Jake Paul fight, was actually training in Indiana a couple weeks ago, and she was probably 5'10". I don't know if she won. I haven't talked to Brandon because I'll be honest with you, I only went to boxing once this week, and I only lifted once this week so far. So I take full accountability for stuff that I should be doing. And I try to go to the gym. I am 54 years old. If you're an independent wrestler and you don't go to the fucking gym, you're not going to be a good independent wrestler. Just saying. You got to look the part, be the part. I don't think they ever will. I don't think they'll ever push Finn Balor. I liked Finn Balor when he was the Demon. But that's just me. And they don't bring that part out anymore. But I know the Judgment Day's got all the belts. They got the tag team titles. They got the women's tag team titles, which, Rodriguez and Perez, beat, that 4-corner match with the fucking Kabuki Warriors. You got to love Japanese wrestling. I do love Japanese wrestling. It's a little stiff. It's a little bit more hardcore. It's stiffer. I was going to take Charlotte and, oh God, Jesus. I have a couple concussions too. The girl, oh my God. Charlotte tagged up with, help me, people. It'll come to me. Where's Larry when you need him? Oh God, she, oh shit. It's a wrestling show, and I can't. I'm look. When you had 13 concussion tests in a year, come talk to me. Well, Charlotte, and hopefully somebody gives me. I can't think of her name. The little blonde girl, Alexa. Thank you so much. God bless you, Janelle. Thank you, Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I thought Alexa Bliss and Charlotte were going to take the titles. I think Charlotte looks like $1 million. But she's got a lot of heartache because, going through her third divorce probably takes its toll. She's just like her daddy. So the apple don't fall far from the tree. And now she's playing that face role. She's very athletic. Charlotte Flair is very athletic. If you don't like Charlotte Flair, there's something wrong with you, because Charlotte is an athlete. She's 14-time champion. I think she'll probably break her dad's. She's got to get her dad. I think he was going to a convention this weekend, but he's sick, so he had to cancel out. But I think Liv Morgan will come back and be face and something, and Rodriguez will turn on Liv. And Dom will probably have some kind of something with that, but because it's very hard in a match like that with a tag team 4-man scramble. The women in Evolution, I mean, it was a good pay-per-view. And I know I'm skipping stuff around because I don't have a run sheet. I'm just talking here on a Friday night. 20 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be drinking. But when you're married, I don't like going out anymore. I'm waiting for my wife to come home. Actually, she's at the in-laws, at her mom and dad's, my in-laws, and she's making a charcuterie board for our niece's graduation party tomorrow. Like, everybody's graduating, so I got another graduation tomorrow, but I can't go. My nephew's graduating from high school. 2 of them's graduated from high school, and then I have another. A friend of mine's son, Hayden's graduating from college, and that's August 2nd, because that's SummerSlam, and I'm not too happy about SummerSlam being 2 nights. 1 night is enough. It just takes all the fun away. Takes all the fun away about what, brother? Getting married or just getting old? I think just getting old. I love the marriage part. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think she saved me from my own mortal devices and causes and keep me focused. And you know what I mean? And she knows her wrestling too. So I'm trying to find out Donnie Dawson's address for his store because I'm actually old age. Oh, I'll be 54 next Tuesday. Believe me. It's terrible. Yeah, you're right. It's a money grab situation. $16,000 to go to WrestleMania. I posted on my social media. There is no way. That right there is a double wide mobile home probably, and that's ridiculous. And it's taken the fan. You can't have a. That's why independent wrestling is probably going to be super big now because you can take the family to an independent show because you can't take the family to any WWE show. You'll go broke. You know that you'll have to give blood. Okay. And I'm looking here and I see Bill Collier wrestling tomorrow. It's Saturday night, and he is wrestling Parker Boudreaux. I think it's a 4-way match. And it's going to be on IWTV. If you get maybe it's on 40,000. Oh yeah, that's 2 tickets at SummerSlam right there. SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights. They're probably going to pick and choose what matches. I'm going to say the Cody Rhodes John Cena match will be Sunday if they were smart. And then we're going to do a big, huge Mega Mania pick'em show. Okay, yeah, I was looking at that. I've been trying to look for Donnie's thing. I share so much stuff, it's unreal. Like Raindrop, August 15th is Firehouse. My wife wants to go see Firehouse, the band. In This Moment is coming to the Johnstown War Memorial, and I went to school with Randy Weitzel, and Randy's the lead bass guitarist, and Randy's worth like fucking $12 million. And he's a really good dude. And I seen In This Moment twice, and Randy come out and gave me a hug. And oh yeah, I'll give you. Okay, Friday night. Remind me, and I'll give you a link. You can come on the show, give your picks. Okay, I'm still trying to find that. I had it. I post a lot of stuff. I really do. I try to help everybody out. I swear to God. If you pay it forward, it'll come back to you. And I want to say something. If you guys are in the Altoona area on Tuesday the 22nd, Aaron Kelly, the writer who was at the APWF show, who wrote Mick and Me with her friendship with Mick Foley, will be at the Curve game signing autographs. And I feel really, really bad because her house got flooded, and there was a GoFundMe for her. So this is what she wrote, and she has a couple articles in the Altoona newspaper. She said she'll be at the Altoona Curve next Tuesday, the 22nd, signing books, and as a guest of Achievia, an organization that assists those with disabilities finding meaningful employment and raising disability awareness. Aaron is in a wheelchair. And if you already have my books and want them signed, bring them to the game. I'll autograph them. More information about where to buy my books will be provided. Hope to see everybody July 22nd. So I tell you what, tomorrow night, I don't know who's going to, I mean, I'm pulling for Braden tomorrow, but I'll tell you right now, if you guys saw Superstar Dave Daniels, you ever seen the Superstar Dave Daniels cut a promo? It's pretty good. You guys can check out all the Imagine Wrestling every Wednesday night on their YouTube channel. They've been going strong since COVID. And like I said, I had that interview with Cato, which I never thought that, the immovable force meets the immovable object. Yeah, it was a good interview. he's trying to do a lot of stuff. He's got. I really want to see this Xavier kid tomorrow night. The kid that has, and God bless Cato for doing this. And I told him that, and I'm being serious. Xavier is highly functioning, I think, autistic kid. So, and that is hard to train too. Okay, but he's going to be in that Rumble tomorrow, and he came out to help Braden in the show the other day, and he slammed Caden Christopher. So, and Christopher's not a small man either. He's like 6'4". So, I am looking for Donnie's. Okay, here it is. Donnie's store. It's called. I think it's wrestling. Well, it's located at 108 North Brady Street, DuBois, PA. And if you go to Donnie's site, or you go to my Facebook site, he has a quick video of it. He has clothes, he has wrestling figures, wrestling DVDs, magazines. It's the only store like this that anywhere. So, and I had a store like this in Florida when I lived in Florida, when I moved down to Florida, and we did APWF South, and then they were supposed to do APWF North. And I had a store beachside. I had the ring in the middle of the store. I have selling Marvel Legends, WWE action figures, Star Wars figures, and all my comic book collection, which, I mean, it's right here. I could buy another wrestling company with all the comic books I have. Yeah, I gotta do this, but that's Thursday's show with Pulp Culture. So if you guys are in the DuBois area and you guys like wrestling, stop in, and Donnie just started his business, and give him a little shout out, and give him a little buy some merchandise, So okay. Saturday night's main event, the main event, Gunter, the world champ, Goldberg's last match. My opinion of that match, it was brutal to watch. The Goldberg that I seen in his prime was the Goldberg like nobody's else's business. I mean, I know Lord Steven Regal made him look like a chump, but when I met him, when he came up to DuBois, a week or 2 weeks before he took the title off of Hogan, I mean, he was a brick shit house. And hey, Craig from Patton, how's it going, brother? Maybe you're going to take a trip up to Altoona tomorrow. If you are, man, we'll hang out. And if I'm up at Altoona tomorrow night, because I'm going by myself, because like I said, my niece's graduation party and my wife can't go because there's a graduation party. Come up and say hi. I'll be more than happy to say hi. I'm not a goddamn prick. I mean, I don't know what everybody told everybody, but that match, Gunter's a beast. Gunter should be champion for a long time, in my opinion. Goldberg, it was in Atlanta. It was in his hometown. He played for the Atlanta Falcons. He basically is, look, he's still a Hall of Famer. He's made big money. He's wrestled big matches. I just think that, he got choked out. He's Gunter, choked him out. And then the thing that happened was he kind of chuckled at the fucking chops that Gunter gave him, I guess. He apologized for that, and some other podcasters who make more money than I do, because I don't make a goddamn dime doing podcasting, was bashing him. And I want to say this. Podcasters can bash wrestlers all they want, but if they never wrestled, they really, really can't really bash anybody, Huh. Well, thanks. I don't know if Altoona's excited to see me, because the last time that I went, I'll be honest with you, I was going to take that fucking Eric Enders and I was going to beat the living. I was, for real. That was going to be a shoot. That was going to be bad. When Chris Coleman, the world beater, I went up to see him, and I said something about Enders crossing his legs, and he said some derogatory, heavy statement, because that's one thing that really triggers me. I don't know if trigger's a word, but you say something about my weight, you better run and hide, because I know I haven't been lifting lately. one or two times a week. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with that dude. Oh, and Donnie was. I think I bent the steel chair that night because I was upset. Because sometimes I get very passionate about wrestling. I get very passionate about what I see. And there's a lot of young lions that I like to see, and I wanted to see Chris Coleman's title reign, and and if you didn't hear what Cato said about the world beater Chris Coleman, you need to see my interview. And oh, you remember that? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm a little hothead sometimes. Yeah, I think the locker room was going to clear out because they didn't want me to kill that fucking guy. I didn't like him. I thought he was really disrespectful, and that's just my opinion. My opinions and whatever I say has nothing bearing on Imagine Wrestling, please. So um, we are actually trying to do I'm all about that. Um, I I got a lot of stuff in the frying pan, but I wish I had a lot of bacon. And the bacon is this, because if I had a lot of bacon, but also too, it's very hard to run a wrestling company when um my staff is in our 50s. And I had to unload the ring by myself. So, and my poor wife catered the food, and I don't want ever to. I'll pay for the catering. You know. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Ken wanted me to get. Ken wanted me to jump in that ring and wrestle, and I told him I'm still retired, but I said that I could still seriously punch somebody and knock him out. Yeah. Um. I I think it is. I think it's all work. Because he didn't when he flipped over on that move on LA Knight. And I mean, LA Knight hurry up and pinned him. So I don't know. And Seth Rollins was actually hosting the Rich Eiselman show. So he's been doing stuff. He's been venturing off. Um, I think him and Braun Breaker eventually is going to feud. But yeah, and I was and Goldberg was a little upset going back to the Goldberg thing because his speech got cut off. But Bill Goldberg has to realize it's NBC. So that's the only thing. I mean, it's network TV. You are not going to dictate and have a long speech. I mean, you had to hurry up and say what you had to say. His kid looks like a brick shit house. I don't know if he has ambitions and goals to be a WWE superstar. Because in that performance center, they're training people like no other. Like I watched that show, that Future Legend, Future Stars of Tomorrow, or whatever. And then the season 2, and then they have people from last season, like Evander Holyfield's kid is a brick shit house. That one kid who's really a smart ass on Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray Dudley is he's a cocky prick, you know. But I do like LA Knight. Um, that was good. That was a good match, but I think something's in the work with Seth and Seth that no one's going to say anything. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a podcast with me just talking on a Friday night instead of I don't know. I just like to do podcasting because you never know who's listening. You got to give it 150% because you never know. But I mean, Saturday night's main event was good, and the Evolution pay per view was great. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley was one of the best matches I've seen in such a long, long time. Now I like, and also before that, I'm going to give a shout out to Trish Stratus. I love Trish Stratus. I have a thing for smoking hot blonde women because I married one. And I'm going to go see Trish in December because she's coming to Pittsburgh to do autographs, and Sting's coming. The last time in his face paint ever. We had Kimmy Sokol. Kimmy does all the conventions. I interviewed her last year, and she's going to be there. And I think she has Sting in her as her, you know, she's going to be his handler, and so I'm going to go down there in December because I got a lot more. I want to do a little bit more stuff here, besides doing Steeler stuff. Yeah, I heard the whole speech. I wonder if Bret the Hitman Hart was listening to his speech. Like, I know Larry, he's not here, but I mean, Bret the Hitman Hart was a hell of a wrestler, and Goldberg kicked him so goddamn hard. I mean, I think it gave him a stroke. I remember that match because they were feuding, and he had a chest plate underneath because Goldberg speared him, and he knocked Goldberg out. And I wish that the Hitman would have just stayed in the WWE, but that was a different time then. And yeah, she did, she does, but also too, Tiffy Stratton finisher, the moonsault messed up her face. I am not. I know I just said 5 minutes ago I love blondes. I'm not a Tiffy. I'm not a Tiffy fan. She just doesn't do it for me as a wrestler. I mean, I thought the opener with the three with Bailey and Becky and Valkyrie was a good match. I was pulling for Bailey. I do like Bailey. I think Bailey's one of the best technical wrestlers. Um, it's it is it's the anime. It's an anime convention, and they got like Trish, Sting, Luger, Slaughter, and all these anime artists. I think it's December 20th. December 20th. I want to see Trish too, believe me. I'm gonna get a Trish autograph. And I want to see if my wife is, I know my wife is taller than Trish because Tammy was taller than China when China was at the Steel City Con. And I told Tammy to go and just from a distance try to get as close as you could. And Tammy was 5'10. So Tam's 5'10. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't been to one in a long time. But yeah, I don't know what they cost. But it's Christmas time. I'll buy my own gift. He doesn't know wrestling like he thinks he does. Um, we're talking Larry. Oh, Larry. As soon as I say Larry one more time, he's popping on. Yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart's. I mean, he's a good wrestler, and he makes people look good. You know, so I mean, that's the way it was. And you could catch that whole Goldberg speech at the end. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's a lot of wrestling. You got AEW, you got Saturday night's main event, you got the pay-per-view. Like on my TV channel, I bet you there's 4 pay-per-view wrestling shows tonight right now out of Canada, or it's GCW, which no offense, ladies and gentlemen, I do not like GCW. I am not into the hardcore stuff anymore. Unless it pertains to a storyline. It's to end a feud, like a steel cage or a last man standing. If it ending a feud, I'm okay with that. I mean, in my company, I'm not doing the hardcore stuff anyway because it's hard to get places to book your event. Um, and I know we're only doing one this year anyway, unless I meet with Imagine and we tag something up and co do something, co-promote. Kato can do his stuff, and I can do my stuff. Yeah, as soon as I say it, he'll be here. Um, but yeah, the main event for that Evolution, I think Evolution should be a yearly pay-per-view because they have so much ladies talent right now. They need to do that. It's been years since the first one, but they could do it every year. And Rhea Ripley, when the time that she came from NXT and then she beat Charlotte in those 3 days, was the most over she was ever was, in my opinion. I know everybody loves her now, but I think the better wrestler is Io Sky. I think Io Sky is probably the best wrestler. I thought that's funny. Yeah, well, when you're a king of your own kingdom and there's nobody under you, you can always be king. But I just think, and then Naomi comes out of nowhere. Look, she was the TNA champion when she left. She got a title when she left the WWE. I like her new gimmick. I mean, I like her tenacity. I like how she talks on the mic. She's got the ball. She's running with it. She came out and hit Io or Rhea with the fucking briefcase, and she cashed in. And she took the title. Nobody's seen that coming. And if you've seen that coming, you're lying, because nobody's seen that coming. I figured they were going to give it to Rhea, but I was going to take Io anyway if I would have made a pick. But now they're going to have at SummerSlam. They got a three-way for the title. So, and I that's one match. And it's Cody versus John Cena. And no offense to anybody that's a Cody Rhodes fan, Cena's not losing. Cena's not losing that title until he's ready to retire. Cena right now is over like Rover. And I never thought I would say this. And if anybody ever knows me, Khalil, your mom knows I wasn't a Cena fan. Back in the day, I am a Cena fan now. I like Cody Rhodes. I believe Cody needs to turn heel. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But because he's not getting the opportunities that he thinks he deserves, and he just needs to go. And he plays a great heel because he's been a heel before. So, and I want to get to the Saturday, the Sunday TNA pay-per-views, because I think TNA is very, very good, and I think a lot of people need to watch that, including myself, a lot more. But I know they got some matches that are going to be really good. Well, that's why you got YouTube. There is nobody. I don't give a shit. There is nobody. Okay, I in Hulk Hogan's prime, because Hogan took it from the smoking gymnasiums and bingo halls and all that stuff to he made it mainstream. I mean, it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, but if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, you got to have one and have the other. And me, there's nobody that talks like Piper now. There's nobody. MJF is below Piper. That's how he learned, because by watching Piper do his promos. Piper can go off at any time, and Piper to me is the best promo guy of all time. But it's my opinion, because I live in America. And I like watching that old stuff. Like I was watching the Road Warriors wrestle Bart Sawyer, Brett Sawyer, Mad Dog's brother, and they just beat the living piss out of him. And they had it was stiff as shit. Because I know that Lash was going to put me up against the Road Warriors, and I wasn't taking a doomsday device. I wasn't doing it. I just was not, I was not going to do it. July 20th. I'm going to get to see these matches, because I really don't know a lot of the matches. I do think AJ Styles is showing up. Yeah, well, DiBiase was good, but then DiBiase got hurt. I mean, DiBiase was great in Mid-South, because realistically, I mean, the $1 Million Man gimmick is Vince McMahon. Big Boss Man was good. Big Bubba Rogers when he was Jim Cornette, and then Jake is a great talker also. If you ever could watch Jake the Snake Roberts and Terry Taylor in Mid-South, because when I was a kid on Thursday nights, Mid-South was on at 10 o'clock on my TV in lovely Indiana County. So I'm trying to get to the TNA, so please bear with me. Okay, it's Slammiversary from Belmont Park, New York. Okay. The TNA World Championship match, Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry versus Mike Santana. Now, I like Joe Hendry, and I do like Mike Santana. Title versus title, the knockout champion, Masha Slamovich versus NXT Women's Champion JC Jane. I was not impressed with JC Jane in the Evolution. I'm not impressed with NXT's Women's Champion. That is the only weakest thing I saw from the pay-per-view of the Evolution. I do like Chelsea Green. What? Oh, you're watching SmackDown. Well, that's a match. I don't know. TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis. And actually, I had Dirk Ziggler in my Blazer. And I tell this story all the time. And I didn't even know he was in my vehicle when I took him to the strip joint. I didn't even know he was in my fucking vehicle. Yeah, because I did some crazy stuff back when. Versus the Hardys. And speaking of Hardys, Matt Hardy was dating my bartender at the time when I worked at the K Arena, when I had the poster over here. When Matt Hardy versus Kal-El's dad at the K Arena. And then we had Rhino versus Julio, and then I tagged up with Nikolai Volkov, and Leo K charged $50 for tickets, and you should have went cheaper because nobody was paying $50 to see me wrestle. That wasn't a bright move. You know, you're a multimillionaire, but you don't have any common sense, buddy. You got to base it on economics. You lower the ticket prices and get more people in. People from Indiana County are not spending $50. They're not spending $50 to see a band, let alone wrestling. Okay, and the Rascals versus First Class in a ladder match. Okay, TNA X Division champion Moose, which I can't believe he's the X Division champion, versus Leon Slater. I have no clue who he is. I got nothing. AJ Styles returns. He'll be part of the event, but I don't know what he's going to be doing. Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander. That'll be a good match because, those guys are both high flyers, and they've wrestled each other numerous times in the WWE. Now this person here I like, and I wish she'd go to WWE, but they tried to cancel her. I'm a huge Tessa Blanchard fan. I think Tessa can fucking wrestle. I want to see Tessa versus Charlotte Flair or anybody else from the WWE. And she is a badass bitch that can wrestle. But I don't know if WWE will ever let her go up to the big time. And she's going against Indy Hartwell. And then Matt Cardona and the System versus Dark State from NXT. Okay, and then there's a countdown to Slammiversary. There's a free pre-match show at 7. Steve Macklin, Mace Warner, and Jake Something. Jake Something is one big mammer jammer. Versus Enzo, Zella Fatu, and Josh Bishop. That's Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So, I mean, that's a lot of wrestling. A lot of independent wrestling. I mean, you got Imagine tomorrow night, the Rail City Rumble, 30 participants, and I'm hoping that Anders is not there. Janelle said he's probably going to be there. I'm going to have to fucking deal with it. But, I mean, I would just cake tap him and fucking that'd be it. But I'm a retired wrestler. Boop. I need to shed 100 pounds just to move quick like a cat. I can move when I want to, but not lately. I fell. If you haven't caught the experience show on Thursday, I fell at the movie theater watching Superman. I missed a step and down I went like my tortoise downstairs. So, but yeah, tomorrow night I'm going to go to Altoona. Never too late to join. I'm not doing that. But if you guys are going to Altoona, come up and say hi. And tomorrow, tickets are going to be selling at the door. Before I get out of here, it's the Rail City Rumble. 3 matches. Lawless versus Gorgeous Gregory. Whoever wins gets a 5-minute stipulation. Anything goes. And I can't remember the other match. I'm terribly sorry because I got 800 million things on my mind, and I've had numerous concussions, which I did not know until I had a baseline, and then I had 13 concussion tests in a year. So it's true. I ain't lying. But yeah, I will next. Well, no, it's not. 2 weeks from now, we will have a pick'em show for SummerSlam. I'll get Kyle. Oh, thank you so much. Jake versus. Thank you. God bless you. I didn't know. Jake Wiley versus Lucio DeVere. Lucio, man. Yep. Okay. And I think they'll both be in the Rumble too. So yeah, I'm more interested in the Rumble. In the gavel. Janelle, first off, before we get out of here, how do you like that the gavel is actually turned on everybody? Because you guys, I remember, were big fans of the gavel. Now you're not cheering for him so much, or you're still cheering for him. You can. I don't know. You remember, attorneys are shady. Them and car salesmen. Attorneys, car salesmen. Probably doctors now, too. I don't know. Definitely not podcasters because I'm too goddamn honest because there's nothing shady about me because that's what gets me in trouble because I hold myself accountable. Because if you don't have personal integrity, what do you got? Oh, yeah. I'll give you a little bit of hint. I do too. Yeah, because I booked him as a heel on our show. Yeah, he's better heel. I think he's a cocky prick. Yeah, it fits him well. Like I said, I don't know any attorney that can be good. Edgar Snyder, unless you're winning money, is good. Other than that, that's about it. So, but hey guys, thank you guys so much. You guys can hit the notification if you subscribe to the Triple B Experience. This week has been every day has been a podcast. This was the 100th show of this new format of the Experience because the Experience was started in 2018 on SoundCloud, where I used to get huge ratings. And then I went to YouTube because I wanted to do the video format. And then it was me, Cable, and Mav that did the Experience. And then Cable and Mav couldn't do it any longer. And then I changed the format to myself. And I mean, I was the host all the time, but I changed it. And like I said, this is my 100th show. I have over 60 Steelers shows with myself and Shane as the Steelers Dynasty podcast. I have 2 years before that with myself doing Steelers stuff because when I first started podcasting, I ran 45 minutes on audio where I did 15 minutes Steelers, 15 minutes pulp culture, and 15 minutes wrestling. You can't. I mean, I could talk all the time, but I mean, it was. But yeah, we have very, very close of the Steelers Dynasty podcast right here. We're 75 away from getting monetized. We're working really hard. We are part of Sportsvival, a Pittsburgh website. We are the only Pittsburgh Steelers podcast. We are an original podcast. We are not X's and O's. We are food talking, crazy stories, and diehard Steelerisms. Yes, thank you so much. And we do that every Wednesday night. And we also do Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, myself and Shane with Mark from Steelers Nation Australia, because we're going to be doing a big, giant draft party in 2026. Shane's got the bar. I'm taking off work. We're going to do a live draft party. We do live streams during the Steeler games. So, and I believe this week we're going to have JT Toth of Sportsvival. He's our draft guy. He knows all the colleges. He knows all the players. I think he's going to try to be on Wednesday. And we're going to talk like that because Steeler camp starts, the 23rd. It starts next Wednesday. And we'll be back I'll be back next Friday to talk wrestling. And if anybody that's listening that's an independent wrestler wants to contact me to come on as an interview one-on-one, I'm always looking for one-on-one interviews whether you're a professional wrestler, whether you're a musician, whether you're in Hollywood or whatever, because I've actually interviewed Hollywood actors on this show. You could go back in the archives. I interviewed the guy from Friends and Breaking Bad and the guy from Christmas Story, WWE Hall of Famers. So I got that under my belt. So I actually comic book writers. So I've actually interviewed some people that, and if you own a business, you want to get in touch with me, if you want to, have me, share your stuff out, send me some information. I'll do that. And I'm just a one-man band trying to do stuff. And it's very hard trying to keep up with all this social media I have. And I'm one person. So I try to get out there. So it's also on this YouTube channel, the Triple B Experience, Steelers Dynasty Podcast YouTube channel. And all my shows are on the Triple B Experience audio on Spotify, iHeart, all that. Everything I do is on that. I put everything together because if you do a Steeler one and another one, you got to pay another. I just put them all in one. The guy that I did on Breaking Bad was the guy from Billy Madison, Mr. Larry Hankin, the old guy who was the landlord of Friends. He was in Breaking Bad. He worked at the junkyard. He was in Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood. That was my first interview ever because I had a publicist and I was getting Hollywood people at that time, but the publicist was a little crazy, and he was crazy. Yeah, that guy. And then I got the dude from the Christmas Story who stuck his tongue, Scotty Schwartz. I interviewed him, and that was a 4-hour interview. He talked and talked and talked. And I called him one time to wish him Merry Christmas at 7:00 in the morning. Well, on the West Coast, it ain't 7. I pissed him off. But, so yeah, if anybody that wants to come on, send them my way. Send me a link. I'll get them on. This week we had Cato and all that. Braden Elliott, if you didn't catch that interview before tomorrow, Braden was really, really good yesterday. And tomorrow, hopefully he can throw 29 other people out of the ring and get a shot at the title. So everybody, thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see some people tomorrow night at Imagine Wrestling because it's my first indie show this year. Yeah, I mean, hey, I do like to watch wrestling. I'm a wrestling connoisseur. But I don't want to take away from I just want to watch a show because I got to work Sunday. So, you're a little late. God damn. Hey, Richie, I'm going to Imagine tomorrow to watch a show. Maybe I'll see you. Yeah, maybe. And then check out my interviews with Cato. That's right. Hell froze over. And Braden Elliott. I interviewed Braden. Thank you. I appreciate you guys popping on and whoever pops on. There's people that support all my stuff, and I truly appreciate that. Believe me, I can't do none of this without everybody. This my community with the Steelers and the Experience is very, very good. My social media is good, but it could be better. I can't get complacent, but I'm getting complacent in the gym. I can't get complacent in social media, and I can't get complacent in the gym either. I'll go work out tomorrow. I will. I swear to God. So, okay, everybody, take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy wrestling. Go spend money at independent wrestling shows as long as they're trained. If they're not trained, don't waste your money. Because if they're not trained, you're giving them false hope. If they're not trained good, don't fucking spend your money. And if they, just don't. Because there's a lot of companies out there that are good. Spend your money at good companies. Okay, guys, have a great night. I'm sure I piss people off with that, but what do I care? Okay, see you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back next week. Hopefully, if there's no more Steelers signings, and if it is, I'll be popped on the Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Okay, peace out.